Hello again, this is Sam Houston, and welcome to My Front Porch. Good hands? Not so much. Upon graduating from college, I went to work at Deluxe Check Printers. For some of the younger audience, that name may not be familiar to you, but for the rest of us, we know that back in the day, Deluxe printed about 90% of the checks used in America. Since everyone used checks to transact their business, they were one of the most profitable companies in America. They had 100 plants from coast to coast and prided themselves on service and accuracy. One day, a regional vice president came to where I worked and held a meeting with the entire production plant of nearly 150 people. He explained how well the company had been performing, what a great history the company had, and how proud he was of our teamwork and dedication. He then went on to explain that change was coming, and that Deluxe needed to diversify its business operations. He explained that in the not-too-distant future, there'd be a thing called a bank card, and its existence would replace the widespread use of checks. He explained to a shocked audience that every indication was that these pieces of plastic would almost completely replace checks, and Deluxe did not adapt to what was coming. They would soon be out of business. I remember thinking there was no way people were going to trust a piece of plastic for their financial transactions. It was impossible to imagine a world without checks. Admittedly, I may have been a little slow on the uptake of where the world was going in terms of financial transaction. The bank card did evolve. Check use slowed, and Deluxe shrank its operations and diversified its product line to stay in business and still operates to this day some 45 years later. Though I originally had doubts, I now use a bank card on a regular basis and can't imagine life without them. When was the last time I was in line at Walmart or the grocery store and saw someone write a check? Currently, most of my bills are paid electronically, and it makes bill pay fast, easy, and immediate. Sounds like the world's made progress. Or does it? About 3 months ago, I changed my auto insurance coverage to a different company. My new agent and I both notified the old company of the cancellation of the old policy, and the new company now carries my auto insurance. Sounds simple, efficient, and easy. Until it isn't. Unfortunately, after the old company had been notified that my policy was canceled, they went ahead and charged my credit card for the next 6 months of auto coverage. I never received a notice they were about to charge my account because, upon starting business with the insurance company, I had signed up for autopay. I fell into the trap that doing so would make things so simple and easy. Without cause, they charged me for coverage that I'd not signed up for and did not want. Boy, have I learned a lesson. When I saw the charge on my credit card from the old company, I called my new agent, and she immediately sprung into action. She reached out to the old company, confirmed that the policy had been canceled, and got assurances a credit would be placed back on my card. She was told it might take 10 days. Which seemed to me like a long time for them to hold money they didn't earn. But I just smiled and told myself to wait patiently, and it would all be okay. We are now at 30 days and still no credit back on my card. My new agent has called 3 times, and yesterday I called an online number. The old policy was all originated online, so there was no agent to call, no office to go to, only somebody in what I presume was a foreign country telling me they were sorry for my problem, but seemingly being incapable of resolving any issue. My agent has filed a complaint with the State Insurance Commission, and I'm sure I'll finally, one day, get reimbursed for the services I didn't ask for. I have no doubt that autopay is convenient and serves many people well, but I yearn for the day when there was a physical address to go to and a customer could talk to a human being to resolve an issue. It's probably why I switched insurance carriers in the first place, to deal with a real person and get real answers. My current agent is terrific. She is local, has an office in town, and takes my call. It may not be all electronic, but it's darn sure good customer service. And when you need help, isn't that what customer service is all about? My current agent does business the way it ought to be done. In today's world, all the advances in technology don't necessarily place you in good hands. They sometimes make you wish for the good days of writing checks and face-to-face transactions. Thought for the day. I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them. Andy Bernard. Until next time, I'll keep riding the storm out.
You've been listening to From My Front Porch with Sam Houston. Brought to you by the Granbury Theater Company. You can catch Sam's column every week in the print edition of the Gatesville Messenger or online at gatesvillemessenger.com.